September 12th, 2020. Guys, you're looking at some incredible satellite images now. At the tip of Florida, we have Tropical Depression number 19 that's about to become a tropical storm. And now, as I talked about in the video yesterday, once it got in that much warm water, they would probably change it from being a tropical storm coming ashore to a hurricane, and they have. We'll take a look at that, but the storm is enlarging. Now, guys, in the top left corner of this image, another thing, it's 2020, so, who knows. But in this area here is smoke from the California wildfires. I saw it going into Arizona yesterday, and I'll back it out so you can see the whole nation after we look at the Gulf. But you guys in Texas, Arkansas, up through that area, in Indiana into Missouri, and of course Arizona and New Mexico, and that California wildfires are definitely affecting the quality of your air right now. Again, check that out. See the difference in the coloration. It's easy to see on the entire national satellite imaging. Now you're getting moisture already building up in Louisiana here, guys. And as you remember, the hurricane that just came through Laura, they're losing livestock and deer because the mosquitoes have gotten so bad that they're draining them of blood. Look, check that out. Check out the Louisiana mosquito story. Since that hurricane, it pushed them all up into one area, and I think 500 livestock, something like that's been lost already. They just found them drained of blood. It's amazing. 2020. Now, this is advisory 4, but it was at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so that's been about 2 or 3 hours ago. But notice here, by 8 p.m. Monday, we have a hurricane coming in and hitting the shore along the Mississippi, Louisiana line, but the northeast quadrant, guys, is definitely going to be along the Mississippi coastline if this path holds true. Again, then by the time it gets ashore, a tropical storm, and then turning right over the Jackson, Mississippi area and being a tropical depression by Thursday morning. So your weather's going to be our weather. It's coming basically right over our house if it stays on this path. Our weather is going to start going downhill by 8 a.m. Monday. You can see where the center is, and rain bands will be out that far. And I'm being very conservative on that. But actually, the cloud cover we're getting in and out, it's breaking the temperature down a little bit. We've been outside working. It's 101 heat index out there now. So the cloud and the little clouds and the extra breeze help. And we had some sprinkles overnight. Not a lot, still dusty, but every little bit helps. And but now we are in a kind of a little higher state of warning. And everyone along the coastline, pay close attention to this. It looks like disturbance number 2, 30% chance of development, is following that same southern dip. It's not very strong. It's kind of a dry circulation, but it has been throwing this moisture up along the Gulf Coast now. That's its effect. Number 2, number 19 now, Tropical Depression 19. It's at 35 miles an hour. Central pressure is 1,004 millibars. It's moving west at 9 miles an hour. It's taking its time right now. The only thing that could be in an effect or affect the U.S. is going to be disturbance number 2. Again, it's 90% chance of development several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's producing large area disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Development of the system is forecast, and a tropical depression is expected to form, within the next couple of days when the system moves generally westward at 15 to 20 miles an hour across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. They will start giving modeling on this thing, guys, once it becomes a tropical storm or tropical depression. But it has the size to it and has the distance to become very powerful. We'll just have to see and keep a close eye on it. Now, this wide Atlantic image shows you the 2 storms we have in the Atlantic, and they are turning north. Now, this storm has really started racing north towards Bermuda. And the storm that we're going to have to watch, guys, is right here. The one that's in the Atlantic. This one's predicted to kind of follow north with the other ones. What you're having here is a Saharan dust layer that's being pulled up in the top of Paulette. See that right there? And right here is California forest fires. The smoke from that. Back that out. And here's our next threat. And then we need to watch the one in the Atlantic. There's a lot of activity, between here and here. Notice right in this area, and that can develop quickly. So we're again in the peak of hurricane season. I want to show you a couple of other things, guys. Now, looking at the entire U.S., the storm that has kind of been, or the low pressure area has been setting over the Colorado area for several days, is now kind of moving north and northeast, giving you guys a break. Check out the smoke along the west coast from Washington, Oregon, California. And you can see this stream. It started yesterday moving into Arizona. See the discoloration here? Moves across Texas. Right there. And it's being pulled across Oklahoma. It's up into the very tip of Arkansas northeast, up into Missouri, being pulled all the way into Indiana, up into the Michigan area, guys. It's getting thinner in this area simply because it's caught up in a lot of wind, and it's far from the source. But you need to pay attention to your air quality for sure. Again, amazing satellite images. It's been a strange year. But you guys on the West Coast, I've heard a couple other reports of arson. And so your governors and mayors, and they really need to pay attention to that. If they don't have enough manpower to patrol where these fires are starting, the arson ones, then they need to ask for help. And I know they don't like to do that for certain other things, but here they do. But I want to check one other model to look at the speeds and again check the timing on our system coming into the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, this update just came in, guys, as I was doing the video. We now have Tropical Storm 19. I'll check on the updates. I think Sally and an S and an R are coming up in I'm not sure, but we'll check on that, guys. But anyway, by tonight at 8 p.m., you can see it's located. It's moved well offshore. Sunday morning, it's here, moving at 45 miles an hour, or the sustained winds at 45 miles an hour. 40 now, you can see here, moving west, 7 miles an hour. Pressure is 1,004 millibars. By Sunday morning here, Monday morning here. Sometimes during Monday, it looks like it's going to form into a Cat 1 right here, remain a Cat 1 until it comes ashore. Again, center is very close to the Louisiana and Mississippi line along the Pearl River area. In the northeast quadrant is this side of the storm. Again, this has just been updated. Cat 1 hurricane, you're dealing with 74, 75 miles an hour minimum there, and we'll just have to see if this changes and if the speed changes as far as the sustained wind speed. It's very hot, like I said. Let me look at my weather station for a moment. Yeah, it's 101 heat index, 77 humidity, because we're already getting the warm air blowing from the Gulf. The breeze you guys are feeling, you walk outside and you start sweating down. That's why. Now, if the hurricane remains a Category 1, we're going to lose power. We already know that. We've been through that drill, again, a lot of times. But just be prepared for that. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.